Hey everybody, Kyle here to teach you guys how to do this trick right here. Like so. I was told it's called a coin drop, but I don't exactly know the precise name, so I'm just going to focus on teaching the movement, let you guys handle the names afterwards. Instead of teaching you guys how to do it from the intro, I'm actually going to have you guys start from the back, just because that's probably going to be the hardest part, is finishing the trick. Alright, so the reason I'm starting you guys on your back is because the finish is the very hardest part. And there are a lot of people who have the idea of the intro and they get that part down, but then they end up having a huge issue with the finish. So I'm going to have you guys start off with this motion right here, which is the finish. And we're just going to walk through how the physics and everything works behind it. What you're going to start with though is just getting used to rolling over and keeping your arms in at your chest and planting them on the ground as you come over. Just because you want to get used to that, so you're not actually planting with your face and you're actually planting with what you have, your hands. With your legs though, this is where it gets confusing. You're going to start by focusing on which way you turn. If you're turning to your right, you're swinging your right leg. If you're turning to your left, you're swinging your left leg. So right side, you're going to go, right leg is going to go around, over your head, and to the right side. The exact same side started on. So always goes to the opposite side and around. Left leg, same thing. Opposite side and around. When you get this motion down, you're going to let your other leg follow. So you can get that one, and when it goes straight up and down, you're going to propeller them together. So you're going to go here and across. Other side, same thing. Here and across. And if you notice doing that, especially when you do it fast, it kind of lifts your hips off the ground and gets you rolling to the side. That's what you're going to use, but you're going to pop your hips up while doing it. So instead of just going here and rolling to that position there, as you go to this position here and you start bringing in and involving that second leg, you're going to lift your hips up as you go into your wrap. So it's going to be a lift and wrap. And that's where you're going to kind of get that lift and drop kind of feeling, but you don't want your chest to just stay on the ground. And here's what we're going to do to fix that. So once you've gotten that 1, 2, and you're getting used to rolling over and you're getting that down just fine, you're going to go back to using the idea of keeping your hands at the ready, and you're going to try to plant your hands before your feet come down. So there's that part where your feet come up, and then just before they come down, that peak, you're going to bring your hands to the ground at that point of the peak. You want your hands to be ready to push up when your feet come down, because you don't want to come down straight. You want to come down feet by your hands instead. So that's why it's so important to lift your hips up. Not just a little bit, because then your feet stay out there. You want to bring them straight up and straight down, because that whole motion, the coin drop, is a drop down and a pop up. It's a bounce, just down and up. So you're going to helicopter your feet around, bump your hips, plant the hands, push and stand. And if you're having an issue with the actual popping method, go ahead and go to your back. And you don't want to be here where your hips are on the ground. Your hips should be off. You want to be not on your neck or your shoulders, because that's too far, but right in the middle, more or less on your shoulder blades, because that's where you're going to be able to support yourself and lift and almost bounce. You want to get that pop, because that right there is what makes all the difference in that right there. Once you know which direction you're going to spin, you're going to think of it as like a transformer. If you don't know what a transformer is, there's a tutorial right up there that you guys can check out and learn yourselves that, because the intro is very much the same. When you're doing the movement, you're going to be making sure that if you're going to your left and spinning, you're going to bring your left leg up first and across the back. So left leg's going to be moving first to go to the left, right leg moves first to go to the right. You're going to bring that leg straight behind. So just practice this motion here, getting that leg to come behind the leg and keeping it straight. Both sides, just practice that motion. Make sure it's not going straight to the side, but rather it's instead carrying around and creating a circular motion, letting your hips move with it. So as your leg comes up, the arm is going to collapse into your side. So the arm's here pushing, just bring that elbow straight into your side. So you're going to go 1, 2, and as that arm comes to your side, you're going to turn to your back. And you want to land with that leg here and that other leg there, and that's that starting point to lift and cross. So you're not going to land like this, and you're not going to land like that. You want to be able to pop right into this. Here's why. when you're doing this motion here and you're following that and you're turning in, rolling with your hips, and you land on here, if you do it naturally and go ahead and follow through and just jump and stay low right into it, like here, you'll feel the momentum pull you over almost already into that cross-body momentum. So that's why you want to focus on being aware of where your feet are as you're dropping into that. And you want to kind of use that momentum, and that's what's going to be the drop, pop, and roll. And that's where this gets kind of tricky. You want to stay on those shoulders like I showed you before when you guys were doing this popping drill. Stay on those shoulders. Don't let your hips come down or you're not going to get that pop. Your feet come down, you get no pop. So what you're going to drill is just the intro going onto your back. Swing, tuck, and pop. And you're just going to get used to going to your back. Again, swing, pop, and roll. Swing, pop, and roll. As you guys are doing that, make sure you're focusing on keeping your weight going straight up and straight down and not traveling side to side or pulling back or leaning forward. Try and keep everything right where your hands are, because that's your center spot. That's where your back is going to go, right on that spot. And that's what's going to make it easier to go up, drop, and pop up to your hands and to your feet. And then that's it. You're done. Take those two movements, find that sweet spot, and combining them. And it's all going to be in your control of this pop, like so. And it looks so weird, and it probably isn't recommended on hard surfaces, usually spring floor like this or soft pads or wherever you feel comfortable, but getting that down is probably going to be pretty essential, just because it teaches you the timing and gets you used to feeling when you do it, so it's not just guessing every time, where you know what you're doing, where you are, and you're learning how to listen to your body. And when you combine the two, it's just the intro with the pop into the finish. So just drill it over and over once you get it down. Never just do something once. Drill it, master it today so you don't have to go back and master it another day. And when it comes to going from here with your hands down and you want to go to where you're just standing up and just diving and dropping into it, start by going low, then start by going up high and putting one hand down, and then start by going jump in the air and then putting your hands down or one hand down and just progressing until you can eventually just pop up into it. Progressing that way will help you build the control, the progression step by step, so you're not just going straight for the higher point and killing yourselves or risking hurting your shoulder, because it involves a good bit of dropping, it involves a decent bit of impact, so make sure you're really training on not hurting your shoulders, but just really practicing that roll. Don't rush it, but give it time. Just have fun. That's the most important part. Never forget this. However frustrated you get with learning a new move, don't forget how much fun it is that you are learning something new. So just enjoy it for whatever it's worth. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully I've helped. Enjoy these slow moves coming up. Take great care and stay positive.